When I was in the early days of the gym and I had to wake up at 4 a.m. and I was going to sleep at 11 and it would go on for weeks on end, I would have to tell myself, you don't need more sleep. You just need a better reason to get out of bed. And so I think the point isn't to avoid suffering. It's to find something worth suffering for. Because no one gets to the end of their life and says, I wish I'd played it safe. You're going to die. And I think it's just about how hard you're willing to fight to not let your dreams die with you. What really smart, poor people can't handle is that getting rich has less to do with intellect and creativity and more to do with courage and perseverance. You have to take risks that other people won't take. You have to work while others wait and keep going when others quit. And that's about it. And wait 10 years.
Everyone is jealous of what you've got. No one is jealous of how you got it. People see the trophies, but not the training ground. Successful people see opportunity in every failure. Normal people see failure in every opportunity. Both are right, only one gets rich.
If you could speak to small Luke Belmore, what do you tell him?
That it's possible, that you can do it. Whatever you want in life, you can have, but you're going to have to pay
The price.
the price.
Damn.
This is how life works. If you want it to rain and you're sitting waiting for the rain to fall for your crops to grow, you have less chance of it raining than if you rain dance. Now I know that rain dancing doesn't affect the clouds, but it shows God that you're prepared to work for what you want. And you'd be surprised how lucky you get if you're prepared to work for what you want.
Men have 5 ways out of depression. Find God and remember Him. Fix your diet and get physically healthy. Make money and be grateful. Build a family and take on responsibility. And lastly, have a purpose and live for something bigger than yourself.
What do you wish more women knew about how men operated?
There's 10,000 times more going on inside the head of a man than you have any idea. He's carrying burdens that you don't have a clue about, and he don't know how to express them, and he don't know what to do about it, and he figures if he puts it out there and communicates it, he's just going to be shot down, called a fool, called weak, so he carries it inside, and you have no clue the burdens and the hell that most men are carrying inside and not even showing you. I wish more women understood that.
If you don't read books, if you don't educate yourself, it's because you believe that you know everything. If you come into life with the mentality, I don't know anything, I am literally a fucking worm, I position myself in the situation of humility, then life gives to me the opportunities to learn lessons. When my ears are shut, when my mind is shut, then the eyes don't fucking matter. It doesn't matter what information I show you, what data, what podcast you listen to, it doesn't matter what advice you take, unless there's a fundamental shift.
2025 has to be a year of winners. You need to reflect on your life and stop relying on me for temporary bursts of motivation so that you can focus on something for once in your fucking life.
I think men love more authentically than women.
Huh?
Oh, and this is what I mean by that.
You said say that again.
I said I think men love more authentically than women. And this is why.
I can agree, but go ahead.
Women are in love with love.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I think you guys are wired to stick anybody in that spot. You can make him fit. You guys are socialized from little girls to fall in love with the process, the pageantry of love, the courting phase and the dates and the, you know what I'm saying? He put his hand on my thigh and we walked down the aisle and all that stuff. On the flip side, when a man figures out that realizes he's in love, that's not a happy experience. He's like, God damn it. Because that is a responsibility.
He's telling the truth.
Now, because again, our two jobs are provide and protect.
Życie jest niesamowite i też powtórzę to ze swojego doświadczenia. Ludzie młodzi, nie dajcie sobie wmówić, że czegoś się nie da i czegoś nie można. Nawet mimo tych porażek, one za jakiś czas mogą być największą waszą skarbnicą.
All those times I was working and you were asleep. All those times I never gave up. All those times I educated myself. How hard I was on myself. And you know what you did? Jerked off the corner and you laid in bed. I don't feel sorry for you. Everyone in the world has exactly what they deserve.
People with very high expectations have very low resilience. And unfortunately, resilience matters in success. I don't know how to teach it to you except for I hope suffering happens to you. each day I use the phrase pain and suffering inside our company with great glee. And the reason, and I mean that, boy, this is going to cause a lot of pain and suffering. And I mean that in a happy way, because you want to train, you want to refine the character of your company. You want greatness out of them. And greatness is not intelligence. Greatness comes from character, and character isn't formed out of smart people. It's formed out of people who suffered.
If you decide you want to be rich, all you gotta do is start. Why not? Who gonna stop you? Unless you tell it to the wrong person. Mama, listen to me. I'm going to be rich. Ain't nobody rich in this family. Go in there and sit down somewhere. Get yourself a good job. Oh, mama, you must be right. No, mama could be wrong. Because what you have in your imagination, God didn't show it to your mama. I'm sorry. He showed it to you.
No one has ever seen anyone get their shit together. What happened was that person disappeared, you didn't see them or hear from them for a while, and all of a sudden they pop back up and they was looking better, feeling better, and doing better. You're like, oh shit. You don't hear a tree grow. The problem is a lot of y'all, you still want to be seen. You have to remove yourself from them environments.
75 years. That's how much time you get if you're lucky. 75 years, 75 winters, 75 springtimes, 75 summers, and 75 autumns. When you look at it like that, it's not a lot of time, is it? Don't waste them. Get your head out of the rat race and forget about the superficial things that preoccupy your existence and get back to what's important now. Right now, this very second. And I'm not saying drop everything and let the world come to a grinding halt. I'm saying that you can become a seeker. You can be loving more. You can be taking some chances. You can be living more. You can be spending more time with your family. You can be getting in touch with the part of you that lives instead of fears, the part of you that loves instead of hates.
If you committed the next 365 days of your life to the persistent pursuit of your potential and you were grinding 24/7 and you didn't cheat yourself, imagine what you would become. You would become a ruthless killer. You would become such a G that nobody would say, nah, this person ain't doing it. You'd be undeniable. 365 days, if you committed to that, you would win.
One day I found out she got married.
Well, what'd you do?
I went on with my life. I created some special new superheroes. They were characters that reflected my own heartbreak and my own regrets.
How so? Hey, Stan.
Yeah.
She really meant that much to you?
Brody, I'd give it all up. All of it. For just one more day with her.
When people don't understand you anymore, you're in that spot of obsession and drive. When people are like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I don't want to talk to you, man, because you're not going to get it. What's wrong? You will never understand what is wrong with me. And that's why I'm so fucking glad you don't.
Yep. I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
All you had to do was work these last few years. You could be a millionaire. You could retire. You could save your mother from being coarsened in the labor market. You could prolong the life of your loved ones with medical care. You could literally keep your parents alive longer, and you still didn't try.
Some people are so lazy that they will work every day instead of get rich. And they think because they're working every day that they're not lazy. I'll argue you're exceptionally lazy because you're so lazy that instead of trying and thinking outside of the box, you now have to enslave yourself for eternity. That's how lazy you are. Nothing lazier than a man with a 9-to-5. He ain't trying.
First question is, what is the best advice you've ever heard or received?
Believe in yourself.
Second question, what is the worst advice you've ever heard or received?
It can't be done.
Good answers.
Jesteś już
uśmiechnięty, to se poradzisz. Authenticity mówię, obojętnie gdzie, Niemcy, nie Niemcy, Belgia, nie Belgia. Z uśmiechem, żartuj ze wszystkiego. Nie narzekaj, kurwa, inni mają gorzej, pamiętaj, zawsze to omawiaj. Bądź wdzięczny za to, co masz, kurwa, a nie proś o więcej. Może nie jestem za mądry, ale dość inteligentny jestem. Wiesz, coś się różni mądry od inteligentnego? Że inteligentny wyjdzie z problemu, w który mądry by nigdy nie wszedł. Dziękuję.
Bogdan został zatrzymany, wyciągnęli go z domu i zabrali na komisariat, po czym go wypuścili. I wiesz co? Chuj z tym, nikogo to kurwa nie obchodzi. Ciebie to kurwa obchodzi, tylko ty powinien się zastanowić, dlaczego ty się interesujesz takimi gównami, a sam nie realizujesz swoich marzeń. Codziennie rano mówisz, że zrobisz tego YouTube'a, że zaczniesz kurwa nagrywać na YouTube'a, że będziesz miał tyle subskrypcji co Bogdan i chuja z tym tak naprawdę robisz, bo idziesz do roboty, plujesz na swojego kierownika, a kiedy on mówi, że trzeba palety rozładować, to mówisz, tak, dobrze panie kierowniku, już idę. Nic nie osiągasz, mówisz, że coś zmienisz i nic nie zmieniasz. Wiesz dlaczego? Bo siebie kurwa nie szanujesz. Bardziej szanujesz tych wszystkich influencerów, bo kiedy oni coś dodadzą, ty od razu kurwa lecisz jak ten pies po kość, żeby zobaczyć te ich wysrywy w internecie. Skup się kurwa na sobie, bo tylko ty możesz sobie wszystko dać. Nie inni ludzie, tylko ty. Działaj.
Everyone wants to be Cristiano, but I give you the map. You think you will do it that? It's difficult. It's the discipline. The discipline is the most difficult thing, not only in the sports, but in the life.
Do you ever wake up and you say, I don't want to do it today?
I fight against my mind. Yes, sometimes it's happened. We are all human beings. We are not happy every day. We are, not in a good mood every day. It's normal. It's part of us. You have to challenge yourself to be consistent. I repeat, sometimes it's hard. It's what many people say. You like to go to the gym every day? Of course no. It's not true. Nobody likes to go to the gym every day. But you have to do it because your mental strength is coming from that moments, that in a hard moments, you should do it.
David Goggins reveals the secret to getting all your questions answered.
After every knee surgery, they say you're not gonna run again. Give a fuck? It was never about running. It's the one thing I hate the most to do, and I do it like I love it. I don't just run a mile, 2 miles, 300-mile runs, no sleep. I'm 49 years old and I'm a multi-millionaire. I don't have to do anything. It was a choice I made. What are you willing to sacrifice to find every bit of who you are as a human being? After 70-some hours of running, every fucking question I ever had is answered.
What's the longest distance you ever ran?
Don't let your girlfriend make you feel too comfortable, and just don't fall into the trap of enjoying it too much and enjoying the pleasure too much. Make room in your life for the discomfort. Sometimes just get up, say no, hit the gym, have your shower, tell her you'll see her tonight, and get to work. You have to be the man in your relationship, and if you're the man, you do what needs to be done, not necessarily what you want to do.
Co sądzisz o osobach, co zarabiają 3K? Co to jest za pytanie? Co sądzisz o osobach? No każdy zarabia tyle, kurwa, ile może, no. Ja pierdolę, ja nie kumam. Wy myślicie, że jak, nie wiem, ja zarabiam więcej, to kurwa na kogoś innego patrzę kurwa gorzej? No każdy zarabia tyle, ile może. Ja kiedyś zarabiałem kurwa 12 zł na godzinę. Albo i zarabiałem też 7 zł na godzinę. Jak rozwoziłem pizzę w Biesiadowie, moją pierwszą taką dorosłą, że tak powiem, legalną pracę, to zarabiałem 7 zł na godzinę. I byłem 10 godzin w pracy dziennie. I miałem 70 zł dniówki, kurwa. I po pracy szedłem, zalewałem auto Astrę za 50 zł i mi zostawało 2 dychy. I mówię tak, no kurwa, mówię, ty. Mówię, co jest? Mówię, 2 dychy, kurwa. I szlugi wtedy kosztowały 13 zł. Ja mówię, tak, 7 zeta mam. Mówię, nawet tuforiu było jeszcze za 5 i 2 zeta, kurwa, odkładałem. I tak sukcesywnie, widzowie, odkładałem 2 zeta. Ja sobie kupiłem mieszkanie. I widzicie, widzowie, także każda złotówka się liczy i wszystko zawsze szanujcie.
If you're starting a company, you need to work super hard. So what does super hard mean? When my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. And we showered at the YMCA. We're so hot up, we had just one computer. So the website was up during the day and I was coding at night. 7 days a week, all the time.
Enjoy everything. Enjoy the sunshine through the window as you sit in traffic. I've been to a lot of places, I've seen a lot of things where people would do anything to be you. A bad day is coming. For all of us in our future, there's a 100% probability that either we're gonna die or someone we love is gonna die. You will have a reason to be upset soon enough. That's a fact. Why are you doing it in advance? Like nothing's wrong today. Oh, well, you have a flat tire. Boo-hoo. Like people are so emotionally reactive to low-level stuff.
Just need time.
You have to understand that you have to look like a fool in the beginning in order to become a master later, and just get over yourself, understand that nobody actually really cares. People are going to hate you regardless whether you're the best person or the worst person in the room. Just do your thing, make your money, level up, take care of your family, and live your life, bro.
The easiest way to make it with girls is to make it outside of girls. Get your fitness right, get some muscles, get some status, get rich, get a big house, get famous, get smart, get funny, get charismatic, and now you make it in girls. The easiest way to make it in business is to make it outside of business. If you pull up to work, you're in shape, you're on time, you speak well, you're in first, you're out last, and you're prepared to knuckle down, you're gonna win.
There's a verse in the Bible that says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So whatever you're thinking about, that's who you will become. Because thoughts lead to actions, actions lead to habits, habits lead to lifestyle. And that lifestyle is what dictates who you are, brother.
And this is my favorite rule from James Clear, which is a habit missed once is a mistake. A habit missed twice is the start of a new habit. Never miss 2 days in a row.
What, do you think I'm going to be an idiot and work for 40 years? Brother, get me out of the game fast. So what I spent 2017, 2018, 2019 doing was making a fuck ton of money. And then 2020, I dumped it all in crypto. Like, yeah, I'm not here to work. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to live my life. I'm here to explore the game.
Oh, you got lucky.
And you didn't. Sue me, bro. Whether I got lucky or not doesn't matter. The point is, the faster you can get out of the rat race and start focusing on your self-development is where you win.
Here's the dark truth about self-improvement that nobody talks about. You're becoming the best version of yourself. But as soon as you learn about what you should be doing, for example, I should be reading, I should be working out, I should be getting up early, it creates this mental checklist that if we don't do everything on that list, you use it as ammunition that you then use against yourself. And that's because the truth is that self-improvement alone doesn't satisfy us. Self-improvement is only one part of the journey. The other half that is crucial for growth is self-acceptance. Accepting where you are right now. Accepting every small and every big win. Learning from our losses and enjoying the now.
Hey, can you please explain exactly how to get over a breakup? I just went through a major breakup and you have never explicitly spoken about the topic.
Sure, I'll talk about it. First things first is that going through a breakup sucks. And every single man out here, no matter what they say, understands how bad it is to go through a breakup and understands what heartbreak's like. It's difficult, it's not easy. I'd actually like to argue that men feel more heartbroken than women. I think that's
facts.
I think it's true. And I think it's because one of the possessive element that we have, the idea of her being with someone else hurts more than the idea of you being with someone else to her. And secondly, because you have a lot less options than she has instantly. So I think that breakups are worse for men than they are for women. And I understand how difficult and hard they can be. However, unfortunately, the unfortunate reality is that chasing her and being dedicated to her and saying you're going to do whatever she wants, etc., is very unlikely to work. When I get a message from whoever and he goes, my wife left me, I'm devastated. I say, I understand. I completely understand how hard it can be to lose a woman that you've given your entire life to. And you've done so many nice things. And then because of one thing you did, her innate and absolutely insane level of ungratefulness has turned her bitter, and she now talks to you like she hates you over one thing you've done after thousands of efforts showing how dedicated you are to her. And even now that you're prepared to die for her, she doesn't give a shit about you. I understand that pain. But my answer is, good. It's still good. When bad, I don't care if my sons are happy. I'm not happy. Welcome to the world. We're men. I don't wake up every day, court. No, I wake up every day and go, okay, another day of war. I believe as a man, chasing happiness is probably the most asinine thing you can do. It's the easiest way to lose as a man is to chase happiness. What will make me happy is not how you win as a man. How you win as a man is I don't care how I feel, what must be done. Yes, absolutely. I love everyone more than myself. I love my children more than I love myself. I would die for my brother. I would die for my mother. I love a bunch of people more than myself. In fact, my entire life is putting people above me, putting other people's happiness above me. I believe that's what men do. When you're a man, you're responsible for other people's physical and emotional happiness, of course. I wake up every day and work so that other people can enjoy the fruits of my labor. That's all I do. Every single person I love, in many ways, I love more than I love myself. I saw my parents struggle to pay the bills, and I saw my friends struggle to pay the bills, and I saw everyone around me unable to eat, and then I saw certain people with $500,000 cars, and I understood there must be a different version of reality. There must be a version of making money, a version of banking, of finance, of education, of knowledge, of network, of connections that existed outside the matrix. There has to be a different world. This world I'm in, everyone's poor, this is garbage. that world, I can see people are living a reality that I can't even fathom. You show me a man who wakes up and says he wants to be happy himself, I'll show you a bitch. Because that's not what you're supposed to do. As a man, you're supposed to wake up and say, all right, my life might be shit. I'm gonna suffer. I may be miserable. But every single person I love is going to be happy. Instead, I think back and I thank God I wasn't rich when I was young. Because if I got rich before 27, I wouldn't be strong like I am now. And that's worth more than being rich. And I wouldn't be able to fight like I can now. And that's worth more than being rich. And I wouldn't have the lessons that I say to you on all these emergency meetings. And that's worth more than being rich. I like all the lessons I had when I was poor. That's why I'm top G, because I have the poor man's lessons and the rich man's money. Nobody is motivated at 4 in the morning. Nobody. But some people are up anyway. You're praying for an easy way out. I don't fucking want one, because if there is an easy way out, yeah, I'll win. But other people will win who I don't think deserve to win. I want to have to wake up every day and grind out and become richer than everyone else because I work harder than everyone else. I don't want to feel motivated. I want to feel tired and stressed. I want to run on pure discipline and adrenaline. I want to have to wake up every day and grind out and become richer than everyone else because I work harder than everyone else and I try harder than everyone else. I don't want any easy ways out. The idea of that aggravates me. I don't want to feel motivated. I want to feel tired and stressed. I want to run on pure discipline and adrenaline. If you're a man and you want to show love to the people around you, you need to get up and become important and strong and rich. And if you don't have the motivation to do that, then you don't even love the people around you. You don't love yourself or anyone else. Please, if you are serious about your life, focus on the work, make sure you dedicate yourself, do everything it takes, endless work, and I promise you, every single rain dancer will be endlessly rewarded. That is a guarantee directly from me. The world's quite shallow when it comes to love. You know, people will say, Andrew, these women only love you because you're famous and rich. I only love her because she's hot and submissive. Is that real love? Feels real to me. She's happy, I'm happy. How is that not real? For it to be real, would I have to be with her when she's ugly and rude to me? And me be broke? Is that how we prove it's real?
There are more possible games of chess than there are atoms in the universe. No one could possibly predict them all, even you. Which means that that first move can be terrifying. It's the furthest point from the end of the game. There's a virtually infinite sea of possibilities between you and the other side. But it also means that if you make a mistake, there's a nearly infinite amount of ways to fix it. So you should simply relax and play.
It's supposed to be hard. You're supposed to think this is terrible. You're supposed to suffer and smile through the pain regardless. Discipline is the key to success in all realms as a man. And if you lack it, you stand no chance.
Jest taka powieść, jak przychodzi uczeń do mistrza, mówi mistrzu, skąd masz taką mądrość? I on mówi, jak siedzę, to siedzę, jak stoję, to stoję, jak idę, to idę. I ten uczeń mówi, ale ja też tak robię. On mówi do tego ucznia, nie, ty tak nie robisz. To jak siedzisz, to już wstałeś. Jak stoisz, to już idziesz, a jak idziesz, to już żeś doszedł. I nawet jak jechałem tutaj do studia, to już myślami byłem tutaj, tak? Jakby nie byłem w tym samochodzie tu i teraz, no w jakimś stopniu no byłem, bo prowadziłem samochód, ale myślami już byłem tutaj, już wieczorem w tym, co będę robił, jutro i już sobotę, prawda? Czy my ciągle jesteśmy w świecie, którego jeszcze nie ma? I takie momenty, kiedy miałem wrażenie, że rzeczywiście mi się czas zatrzymał, czyli że jakoś wpłynąłem na to, to były momenty w paru miejscach na świecie, gdzie miałem wrażenie, że jestem we właściwym czasie, we właściwym miejscu, z właściwymi ludźmi, robię właściwe rzeczy i że w ogóle nie zwracam uwagi na czas. To jest tak jak rozmowa z kimś, kto jest dla nas fascynujący, minęło 5 godzin i jesteśmy w szoku, jak szybko.
Bro, money gets printed out of fucking thin air. You need to figure out how to make as much of it for the least amount of effort as possible. Because there's dudes out there that are fucking printing it. I don't think you understand. They're literally printing it. And you're out here working for it, slaving away. So you need to start a business. You need to be able to understand how to arbitrage. You need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to market. These basic skills, because the assumption that you're going to find security in a job is a fallacy. They can fire you for any of a million reasons tomorrow. Your skills are what's going to determine if you stay afloat or not, if you have the ability to make money. The job doesn't count. Money is the name of the game. You have to take care of it.
Life is not always about winning and losing as a man. As a man, sometimes life is about simply fighting anyway, standing up and doing what you're supposed to do, even if you know there is no chance of victory. That's what true manhood is. It's easy to be brave when you have hope. When you have no hope at all, that's where true bravery is shown. And that's what I want to see from my men.
'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I want to see from my men. 'Cause I'm not a winner by what I've achieved. I'm a winner by what I do today. Not what I did yesterday, not by what I do tomorrow, not how you perceive me, but how I perceive myself. Did I cheat myself today, or did I win? Did I beat myself at this game of life? That's all that matters. I ain't competing with you, I ain't competing with him, with her. I'm competing with myself. Winners win, losers lose.
You have to sacrifice who you are today for who you want to become tomorrow. There's a verse in the Bible that says, when I became a man, I put away childish things. You can't become the best version of yourself unless you're willing to neglect who you are today. The bad habits, the bad friendships, the bad relationships. There is a price to success. It hurts. Like, you've had to neglect friends. You've had to neglect certain comments from family members.
Yeah.
You've had to work overnight for years and years, and nobody's gonna see that. But that's the price. You will pay the price of discipline and hard work, or you will pay the price of regret.
What will you do?
Rebuild it. Just the way it was, brick for brick.
Another thing that's really important, I want to talk about it, is that men need to have respect for women's emotional needs. Because we talk about provide and protect for them, but women are emotional creatures, and sometimes they're going to get upset.
Yeah, providing is more than just financial.
Sometimes they're going to cry, sometimes they're going to be illogical, sometimes they're going to be sad, sometimes they're going to call you and they're going to give you a headache. And you need to be man enough to deal with that and make her feel better, and you need to be stoic enough to not get annoyed by it, and just be the rock she wants. The difference between men and women is, if I call Tristan with a problem and we start talking about the solution, if a woman calls you with a problem, they don't often want to talk about the solution, they want to complain about the problem first. Yeah. That's the reality of it, so let them complain. Don't get upset about it, don't scream about it, don't cry about it. You need to be stoic enough, even though you're busy dealing with your entire empire and you have so much going on, and you don't understand why she's calling you over some tiny little issue. You need to be a man enough to make her feel emotionally secure. Women's emotionality cannot be ignored, because I'll tell you something was really interesting about men. We're super hypocritical. We complain when a woman acts crazy, right? But as soon as she doesn't care anymore, we're messaging her, why don't you care? Why don't you love me?
Most fucked up things that I've learned over time is that almost all, like, truly exceptional and mentally strong people have been through hell. It's very few that put themselves through hell when life is great.
Nothing is hard when you want to do it. Isn't that beautifully simple? Nothing is hard when you want to. Climbing Everest isn't even hard if you want to climb it. Training every day is not hard if you want to. Making loads of money and being a millionaire is not hard if you want to make lots of money and be a millionaire.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. It ain't but 24 hours in a day. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. You can't live in LA and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. The stock market been open 2 hours. They already making decisions about your life, and your ass was asleep.
The person that you have to spend the most time talking to in your life is yourself. Try not to lose that respect.
Right.
Slow success builds character, and fast success builds ego. So don't pray for it to come quick. Instead, pray that you have the wisdom to make it stick.
There is no safety in a job. There is no safety in a degree. The only security is found within yourself. Your skills, your network, your resources, your abilities, your mindset, your intelligence. The things that you can actually control. I could fire all my employees for any of 100 reasons tomorrow. For them to feel like they have job security. Dude, I could lose everything tomorrow. My business could not work, get no new customers. My employees are relying on me for a paycheck. But not every boss has tens of millions of dollars.
Make this note. Don't become a victim of yourself, even if you have to fight the enemies that are within yourself. Forget the thief in the alley that's after your purse. What about the thief in your mind that's after your promise?
Why would they leave me? I love right, I'm faithful, I'm loyal, I fight for you, I give you my last, and you so caught up on the fact that they left you, that you now, the only way to fix it in your brain is for you to go get them back and prove to them that you can be what they need, when you don't realize they didn't leave you. God removed them. You saw they back, you didn't see the hand of God pulling them. My God! And I don't know who I'm preaching to, but in 2025, I am not chasing anything that's willing to walk out of my life. If it's God, it'll stay. But if it is God, sometimes it will leave. I just want to be where God has. Most of us cut off our commitment to God the moment we get cut by people. And you so silly you don't even realize you was fasting for clarity. God removed them because they were the hindrance. And then you broke your commitment because you chased them and didn't see your clarity.
God doesn't give you the people you want, he gives you the people you need to help you, to hurt you, to leave you, to love you, and to make you the person you were meant to be.
You know, sometimes I forget just how rich I am. I wake up every day in a comfortable bed. I have hot water to shower in and clean clothes to wear. And if I want, I can get my food at a grocery store only 5 minutes away. I'm healthy, I can switch the lights on and off, and I'm surrounded by love. And not everyone gets to have those privileges.
If someone wants you in their life, they will do anything to keep you in. And if they don't want you in their life, absolutely nothing you do or say will change their mind. When two people really care for each other, they always find a way to make it work, no matter how hard it is. The sad truth is, so many people are in love and not together. And so many people are together but not in love. True love is when you don't know why you're attracted to that person. The past cannot be changed, forgotten, edited, or erased. It can only be accepted.
The grass is always greener where you are. It's not greener anywhere else. Most women or men, they won't make any effort for their partner, but if they break up, then they'll fucking get in shape and put on the cologne and look their best to go try and get a new one. Should've done it for her.
Hey, look at this dude right here. This the one who talk about all the things he gonna do but don't do it. This him. This the one who always telling everybody that he's gonna do this by the end of the year but never completes it. This is the capper. You tired of that label? Do something about it. Be safe though.
What are a few of these skills that always keep you rich? Your ability to sell. If you know how to sell, you'll be rich every day because you can make money.
Yeah, you can be in the desert, you'll take anything.
Your ability to network, your ability to be in the room, and your understanding of current market trends and current market conditions. Understanding what is the current framework of the world.
There's a beautiful poem. It's an Arabic poem, and I don't know it word for word. Stress is mine, happiness is yours. Pain is mine, joy is yours. But you are mine. I suffer, and you get the good side of my suffering, but you are mine. And that's the masculine essence in the first place. Dad gets the worst presents. He gives the presents. He gets a tie. That's right. That's what men are supposed to do. Why do us men suffer and work at all? Why do we struggle and take all the risks we took to get rich? It's so we can let other people not work.
The whole point of a college degree is to show a potential employer that you showed up someplace 4 years in a row, completed a series of tasks reasonably well and on time. So if he hires you, there's a semi-decent chance that you'll show up there every day and not fuck his business up.
I'm going to feel weak before I get strong. I'm going to feel stupid before I'm smart. I'll feel broke before I'm rich. And the negative comes with the positive. You have to go through it. And once you understand that that's just part of the process, then you accept it.
Can you read the quote once more? If you want revenge for the bad things that have happened in your life, start with the version of you that hasn't lived up to your potential.
I am sick of dating coaches trying to give tips to get women. Oh, well, if you make this kind of joke, or if you first insult her subtly and then say something, it increases her ego level of... No. 1, work super hard every day. 2, train super hard every day and be in shape. 3, make sure your hair looks all right, your beard looks okay, take showers. But those aren't the tips that people want. When a fat, out of shape dude who lives with his mom and plays video games says, hey, Tristan, give me some tips on how to get women. He's not expecting me to say, change your entire lifestyle, work hard for 7 years, and then the women will come easy. What he wants is a magic spell, something you could say to them to trick them, make them fall in love with you. It doesn't exist. Women are their own people and they like what they like.
Accept the pain. Smile at the pain. Embrace the pain. Pain is the gatekeeper of destiny. Pain is there to ask you one simple question. Do you really want to achieve your goals? Or are you just a dog?
Weakness is the most disgusting thing on a man. If you're not strong, you don't love anybody. If you love your women and you love your children, you're strong. If you sit and say, I love them, but I'm tired. Don't love them that much. Men are based on their utility. We are based on what we can do for others. And I really believe if you love anybody, you're going to try your very best to become strong. It's not just physically, it's mentally, it's financially, it's in all ways.
What have you got to lose? Exactly. I have nothing to lose. If everybody who's like at the bottom and feels like they have nothing going for them, reframe that as I have nothing going for me, which also means that I have nothing to lose by taking action, it makes you a much more dangerous person. And I think that was the flip that I've had repeatedly shown to me in my life that allowed me to take the step that I was afraid to take.
If I get in my Ferrari, you can't turn it off. You gotta chase me down, sir. Good luck, police. You gotta catch me. But if you're an electric car, they just say, what's his serial number? Boop, turn off the car, keep the doors locked. That's why they want you to have an electric car, so they can turn your car off. Nothing to do with the environment. That's bullshit. Bro, what's really scary is this. I'm 37. I grew up on a council estate. I was broke for most of my life. I made all my money myself. And even I have disdain for the poor. Because I look at them and go, you didn't try at all. I did it. With all of the pain I went through and all the problems I had, while also fighting and becoming a kickboxing world champion, I still managed to do it. You started at a higher bracket than me. You started from a middle income home. Your dad was, you had food. I didn't have food and I was a world champion. How did you fail so massively? And I look at them and just think of them as, you're an idiot. And if I feel that, imagine how the elites look at us. Imagine you're born into a lineage, a bloodline that's been in charge of the banks forever. Imagine how you view poor people. You think you give a shit whether they live or die?
What's the point in a man saying to a woman you love her if you can't fix her issues? What's the point in saying to a woman I love you, but I can't protect you, I can't fix your problems, I can't educate you, I can't improve your life, I can't give you what you need for your future, but I love you? Then the love isn't worth anything. And if you're living a life which prevents you from being competent enough to give her those things, then you have to ask yourself, do you really love her at all? Because your love for her should inspire you to be a better person for her. You should be out here making money knowing that the people who rely on you will always have what they need. They may not always have what they want, you may not always have what you want, but they will always have what they need because that is your job.
When you don't have money, you don't realize, like think about right now, if someone grabbed your throat and squeezed it, what would you think about? The only thing in the world is oxygen.
Yeah,
right? How do I get more in?
Getting free.
But you're not thinking about it right now because it's abundant. It's not on your mind. But what you don't realize is when money is lacking in your life, it focuses all the time. I would do that for my kids, but I can't. I'd love to take that vacation, but I can't. I'd love to do my own thing. God, I'm sick of this unfulfilled job, but I can't. I'd love to be at every baseball game, but I can't. It all boils down to money. I don't care what anybody says. You have the money, you're in control of your decisions, you're in control of your calendar. So I didn't realize I spent so much of my life with the throat being choked, but it was money. And I watched, that's how my parents lived. I can't go to the baseball game. I can't put the window in the back of the car. We got to get evicted from this trailer because we don't have what? We don't have money. Right? I'd love to say that we live in this perfect world that you don't need money to have choices in your life, but in most cases you don't.
Nothing more expensive than not working, trying to have fun, enjoy your life, because then you spend money. But if you work, it's free. In fact, you get paid. It's even better. I probably spend 90% of my waking hours working, and then I'll go out and race a car around. It's the only thing I enjoy to do. I'll train, I'll beat anyone up who's ready to fight, and then I'll go back to work. All I do is work. Endless, never ends. There's always something to be done. Isn't there?
If I had a guy I really liked and start being a dickhead, I'd try very hard to fix him. And if I couldn't fix him, I wouldn't be his friend anymore. I'd say, stop that. We don't do that. Why are you doing that? What are you crying about again? Why are you acting that way? Come on, let's go train. I don't want to train. But we always train. Come on, let's go. And then after a while, I'd be like, he doesn't train anymore. Get him out. Bye. Go get eaten by wolves. That's the unfortunate reality of the world, because I'm just some of the 5 people I spend the most time with. I don't want to wake up one day feeling terrible and going, but he's missing the day and I might miss the day. His poison will get in my brain. I have to resist it.
When a man wants to get married, he's only getting married truly for one reason. Because let me be honest with you women, the men can work and provide for themselves. He does not necessarily need you to cook, clean, and have sex because he can get sex from multiple women. They're giving it out. A lot of them can cook and clean. Their mother taught them, or they can pay someone to get it. The culture is telling them, do not get married. So why would a man go past what the culture is telling him and choose to have a wife? Because with a wife, you can now have love, you can now have nurturing, you can have support, you can have affection. This is what he can't get from a roommate. So if that is not what you're leading with in your relationships with men, is love, support, nurturing, and respect. This is why your husband is now pulling away, because in the beginning you gave him those things. But as you got into the relationship, you got bitter, you got resentful, you start seeing his flaws, start counting that against him, you start measuring him against other men, and now you're pulling back on the love, the affection, and the nurturing.
That's the thing about being alone. It's not that you feel like you don't have anybody. It's like you feel like nobody has you. And man, and I know especially when we're young, that's so We can't even put it into words, but we can feel that. And I remember a lot as a child feeling that way. Just feeling like nobody has me.
May I offer a piece of advice? Stop thinking of it as a curse to have been given an enemy in life. It can be a blessing too. A wise man gets more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. And you know what? He was right.
There's no time in any scenario when working hard is going to be the wrong answer. You should always try your very best in all things. I will smoke 10 cigars a day and beat the shit out of you because I train harder than you can possibly fathom.
You'll notice this, the better shape you get in and the better your clothes fit you. You could walk in a room with somebody and the person literally wearing a white button-up shirt could say, "Why are you so dressed up?" And you're like, "Bruv, we're wearing the same outfit." It's about how it fits you. It's about how you walk in with it. It's about the confidence you have because you built your body. It's a lot easier to be stylish when you're built like the mannequin.
Your wife breaks your heart. You can't sleep anymore. You're upset. She's running around with a new dude. You see her Instagram story. She's got some new guy. You're furious. You're angry and you're jealous and you're bitter. You have all of this inside of you. But you're not going to go to the gym and work hard and become so fantastically in shape and so rich and so powerful that no girl ever leaves you again. You're not going to do that. What are you going to do? Text her? Try and explain to her? She doesn't care. It's going to consume you and you're going to end up self-destructive. Or you can take all of that and put yourself in a position where it never happens to you again.
You have a name to maintain. I don't care about my name. It's not just your name, sir. It's your father's name. It's all that's left of him.
It is Friday. Are you making money? What are you doing? Oh, there's this band. I really want to see this band. I guess you just deserve to lose, friend. You need God beside you. How are you doing life godlessly? Where's your guidance? This is why your soul's in pain. You're living this great life. You're doing everything you're supposed to do, but deep inside, when you look in the mirror at night, you know you are sad. And you are sad because your soul hurts, because you need God. You need to work, you need to dedicate yourself, you need to take these next few months seriously. 2025 has to be a year of winners. You need to stop being a fucking idiot. You need to reflect on your life. You need to feedback. You need to analyze all of the mistakes you've made. You need to stop wasting your time, stop being a dipshit, and stop relying on me for temporary bursts of motivation so that you can focus on something for once in your fucking life. Because time is running out. I'm done talking. Act or fail. When you see a girl in a pretty costume, scroll straight past. In fact, block them. Do not allow yourself to be distracted by the thoughterry. You're better than this. You're better than them.
Admit it, you aren't like them. You're not even close. You may occasionally dress yourself up as one of them, watch the same mindless television shows as they do, maybe even eat the same fast food sometimes. But it seems that the more you try to fit in, the more you feel like an outsider, watching the normal people.
What's Andrew Tate's best advice to make your dreams a reality?
Stop trying to do anything by yourself because you're competing against teams. You're never going to be able to outcompete a team by yourself. This whole idea of Rambo, lone soldier is garbage. You need to find people you can rely on and trust. And if you get a good team together, it's nearly impossible to fail.
When someone asks if you've eaten, reply with, "If you're inviting, I'm ready for another meal." When receiving compliments, don't just say, "Thank you," instead say, "You're even better." If a guest says you've made too much food, respond with, "It's not often you visit, so of course we must treat you well." When a leader praises your abilities, say, "Thanks to your excellent leadership, I didn't let you down." If a leader thanks you, instead of saying, "No problem," respond with, "You're too kind. Feel free to call on me anytime." When praised, accept it graciously and offer a compliment in return, so both parties feel good. When faced with a difficult choice, skillfully suggest a third option to resolve the situation. If a customer says your product is too expensive, don't say, "You get what you pay for," but instead reply, "Of course, quality comes at a price. With your status, I imagine you won't go for cheap items. While I can't offer a discount, I can guarantee the best quality and service."
Happiness is for girls and kids. You're a man. If you don't feel happy, good. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to feel respected. And you're going to do that via competence, masculine achievement, hard work, dedication, and becoming somebody worth.
What the f is luxury? A nicer watch, a nicer house, more cars, more houses, more women. None of these things will satisfy. They may make you happy for a short period of time,
but the void will still be there because the void is a spiritual void. It can't be filled by materialistic things in the three-dimensional world. It doesn't work that way. You take none of it with you. You don't take the money, you don't take the success, you don't take the accolade, you take nothing. But what you will take is how you treated other people. Did you love God more than you love the things that God gave you? And you will be tested with these things. But to whom much is given, much is required. So if God's going to give you a lot, he will demand a lot from you.
If you find yourself in a group of men and you feel like your enemy can't do anything to you, that's when you have good friends. And that's how you know you're with your friends. And that's why my brother and I like to live with our friends permanently, so we stay permanently beyond the reaches of the devils and the demons. When you are with your guys, your enemy can't do nothing.
I think every man knows what I'm saying is true. If you date a woman for a few months, by the end, your favorite song's her favorite song. Your interests are her interests. Your favorite car is her favorite car. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about being in a relationship. I absolutely love when my woman pretends to care about cars. Wow, this one's purple. Yeah, it's purple. Kidding. I love this one because she knows I care, so she pretends to care. That's part of the beauty of it all.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a multimillionaire. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be healthy and have a nice home and take care of your family. But the system will tell you, you have to work, you have to be an employee. When you realize that the way to make money, the way to liberate yourself isn't through the ways of the system. It's not through a 9-to-5. It's through self-development. It's through the understanding of the game. It's through understanding how the system works and understanding how to exploit the system to your advantage, because there's loopholes that were created intentionally by people that created the rules of the system that you abide by.
Puss in Boots. How do I say this? You died. Doctor, please.
Relax! I am Puss in Boots! I laugh at death! Puss in Boots laughs in the face of death. Bounty hunter.
So I've heard.
And remember, Puss, death comes for us all.
I know, bounty hunter. You are death. Straight up. And I've come for you, Puss in Boots.
I just love the smell of fear.
People out here flexing that they make 10K a day. And I understand to the 99.9% that's a fuck ton. I get it. Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk to the 0.001% that understand what 10K actually is. Still hustler money. Let me explain. 10K a day. What is that? 300K a month. What is that? 3 million a year. 10 years, that's 30 million. 40% taxes. Okay, let's say you're left with 20. Living expenses, you're left with 15. You just worked 10 years and you have 15 million in the bank. Or I could just work for 10 years and go for 100 million, but I'm gonna cash out at the end of 10.
Business isn't the only way to make money. And business doesn't mean you have to go and hire employees or have an office. Business is just the ability to transact from one person to the other or from one business to the other. We live in a digital era as well. So I call it the trifecta of money. Your ability to guarantee money coming in perpetuity. The first one is understanding that anything that you do needs to be in high demand. And then up north, which is going to be my main priority, is you need to be the best. Your ability to do something with the best of your abilities will determine whether you're going to be hired or not. And you don't want to be hired for being the cheapest. You want to be hired for being the best. And then finally, you need to be irreplaceable. We are entering an era right now where AI and social media and automation is going to start quickly taking jobs. Why would I go into copywriting when any business in the next 12 months could replace me?
I had this vision in my head of changing my Facebook picture to a picture of me just fucking ripped. And I would just have that in my mind over and over. I would just do the ad machine, just literally just on it. All I was thinking about, all the girls I went to high school and college with, seeing that fucking photo in the DMs I would get. That's all I was thinking about. So it was this positive fuel